Yeah, a lot of weird sounds going on at the moment, but it's like a all right, sounds fine. I think. Welcome back to the podcast, the Men on the Internet podcast. It's been a good minute since we've had everybody here.
It has been.
We have newly tanned Sunil.
What's up?
How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. Yourself?
I'm doing alive.
That's all anyone can ask for.
That's nice. It's a good first step.
We have Christopher. I just found out his name was Christopher.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you would be surprised, but I thought his name was just...
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Sabalos.
Yes. Close enough, man.
I tried, man.
I appreciate you.
His name is Christopher Ceballos.
You know,
And somehow you make it Chris.
You know, in Kelby's phone, I'm Randall. He has me as Randall.
Kelby really don't respect any mothers in the world.
Right.
That's true. There was one Mother's Day. I made him work.
Yeah.
And his mom came to me. She was like, "It's Mother's Day. He's supposed to be taking me out." I was like,
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck about your son Randall, man.
Just Randall, get out of here.
We have now feeling better Sam
I'm
in the
back.
building. What's up? How you feeling?
COVID did not kill me. I didn't get vaccinated. COVID didn't kill me.
Damn.
I'm better than everybody.
Wow.
Antibodies.
Sam's back. You can tell.
Sam, okay, if you had the vaccine, it would have been a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep hearing that, and then like 4 people I know got COVID the same time I did. I didn't give it to them. Just to be clear, I didn't see them, but they're all like, "Yeah, I'm dying." It's like, I'm not dying. I had a dry cough. I had the strep throat. I had fever and chills, and I was just tired all the time. I don't know how.
Did you
How
lose
long-
sense of smell or taste?
He got COVID version 5, 6 or something like
Yeah,
that.
man. I got the beast,
got the-
but I haven't gotten it since.
Damn, y'all lucky. Because I've been COVIDed out.
Yeah, some people
Really?
are getting
COVID
it
rubbed my butt for a
multiple
while.
times.
Knock
Yeah.
on wood.
I only
Never
had it
got
once.
Never had it.
Chris is superior.
I am.
You have never gotten it, right?
Sabalos never got it.
And you're out. You're like traveling and stuff
Yeah.
too.
It's because he can't smell.
See, I came in a step ahead.
Because like everybody knows that you smell COVID
Right.
first.
Yes, that's what
Is
it
that
is.
right? Wait, what?
It's like when you have a
Wait.
you smell burnt
What does
toast.
COVID smell like?
They're gonna.
I wouldn't know.
Well, you don't know. It's a microscope or something. It's a
Okay, but
micro-
you can breathe still.
microscope?
Wait, smelling and breathing is the same action.
They're gonna put a big band under this that says this has false
Yeah.
COVID information.
This one will not be on YouTube, guys.
Yeah,
but
please talk to the
Instagram,
CDC.
YouTube, anything.
Yeah, well, the CDC now says that COVID doesn't matter whatsoever anymore.
It's all about the pox now.
Well, no. Well, yes, but no. But what I mean by that is they're like, if you've been in contact with somebody who has COVID, you could still go to work. You don't have to wear your mask anymore. They're pretty much just like, yo, get over it.
vote Democrat 2022. Oh, that's not the end of what the CDC said?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What does that mean? Explain it to me.
Oh, because it seems as if as the Democrat polls tend to shift, like, oh man, we're gonna really get brutalized in the 2022 midterm elections. All of a sudden, everything starts easing up. You know, even LA out here, we're trying to go back to the mask mandate, and because of all of the pushback and all that kind of stuff, they're like, you know what? Y'all don't need the masks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That's interesting that you say that.
students
Because
don't need to have the vax anymore. Students don't need masks in school. All of a sudden, it's like, what
everything's
changed?
canceled.
Have you guys not heard the old joke?
Well,
So like the
probably
devil.
not that old.
It's old. My dad told me. So like, there's a campaign. The devil is campaigning for his re-election as the devil, and it's great. Everyone's golfing. They're eating good food. Anything you want, it's there. All right. And then everyone's like, "Yeah, this is fucking great. Hell yeah, devil, 2022. Whatever." And the next day, the devil wins, and everyone's there like it's hellscape. Hot prods up your ass, every bad thing you can think of, locust splitting your dick in half.
Get to the point, bro. Like,
hurry
this is a
up.
very extended
I'm
joke.
telling a joke.
Hurry it up, buddy.
The guy who voted for him was like, "Hey man, what the fuck's going on?" It's like, yesterday we're campaigning. That's all campaigning. Now it's reality. Reality's check in. We lied about all that shit. There's a punchline to it, but I forgot it. You guys distracted me.
No, you're done.
Sam, you can
You guys
never tell a
distracted me.
fucking joke
told
ever.
Thank you so much.
How you gonna fucking tell a joke and forget the fucking punchline?
You
We
guys
sat
took it
through all
forever.
the bullshit, and there wasn't even a fucking
30 seconds.
punchline.
Oh, 30
Okay, all
seconds.
right. Let's get back to what we were saying. It
I was on
seems
your
like
side.
it does seem like
Never
I
mind.
believe you, but
Never
hey,
mind, never
don't
mind.
butcher comedy the way you just did, sir.
good effort.
No, it wasn't.
Fuck you.
Don't sugarcoat
Fuck
this.
you.
Never tell a joke again. You are banned from telling jokes.
All right, okay. So the
I
point
love
is,
you though, Sam.
No, fuck you.
so the
That was a
original-
great punchline.
Oh gosh, the point was, it seems like they got timing on their side. So they say that it's a big
Who's
win.
they?
They, the media.
Oh,
I'm going back to your original point.
oh okay.
I think before the month of August is over, Joe Biden is going to make
Who?
a decision. The president?
Joe Biden.
He's going to make a decision about student loans. Here's why I say this. When is the next election?
2020. Wait, midterms?
Yeah.
For senators and House and stuff?
Yeah.
2022.
But what month?
November. As all elections are.
So the student loans are coming back this month.
Uh-huh.
He
They'll
needs
extend it.
no, because
What do you mean coming back?
They'll
it's-
extend
it's
the
a wrap.
grace period.
I think it's a wrap already. No.
What does that mean?
21st today, 22nd?
Yeah, today's the 21st. So I think it's a wrap.
Kelby,
I think it's coming
explain
back.
to me what this means.
So
'Cause I
I'm
didn't-
saying they got the climate bill. A lot of people are excited about it. A lot of people. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't think you can
It's gonna-
throw money at the sun and make it burn a little less hot. But they did that. Then they did the Anti-Inflammatory Act. And then that's it. Then gas prices start going down. Then there was a 4-week raise in the stock market. I think they're setting it up perfect to give us $5,000 off of our student loans. And then
Is
everyone,
that a projection or a wish?
I don't wish that. I wish they could put a 35 in
Right,
front of that,
right.
but or like a 45 or
Right.
something. But
100.
I think they're gonna. That would be great. If they-
100 would be perfect.
that means I get 30,000
There you
cash.
go. There you
Okay,
go.
but I think that that's what they're trying to do. End of this month, early next month, something like that. They're gonna say, "Look, we're gonna give you some money off of your stuff, but it's a bribe. You got to vote for us, or else." That's the punchline.
You ain't black.
Right.
That's it. Come on now. So Charlamagne's
said.
not here. All right. So yes, COVID is a thing of the past. Except everybody has it.
Or has had it.
Has had it, but right now the numbers are back up. Like a lot of people have COVID. A lot of people, surprisingly for the summertime. But so COVID's up, but monkeypox is poxing. The pox is poxing. Anybody here going to cancel their gym membership?
I just went to the gym today.
I don't
Yeah,
have
me
a
too.
gym.
I hurt myself at the gym.
And I
Joke's
showered
on
there.
you.
Come on.
I don't
Ooh.
have one.
You showered at the gym?
Yeah.
You're a sicko.
Disgusting.
You probably got.
I'm
triple
with it, though. I've
monkeypox.
done
That's
it
like
before.
that's like everything. You like fuck monkeypox. It's everything else you can get.
in the shower.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, no,
Did
I've
you
never showered at the gym.
No,
I think
never do
it's.
that.
I think the sick part about it is like I think some people pee. Some people
Oh,
pee.
if that,
I think the disgusting part about it. Shut up,
But I've done it, so I can't talk that much. But they do say there's a
It's
study that
convenient.
says there's like 750,000 times more bacteria at the gym than in your bathroom.
Sick.
So me and Sunil's immune system, top notch.
Absolutely, man. We've
nah,
been to third world
you
countries.
guys are over over the age of 30.
We've been to third world
Yeah,
countries.
we've been
Yeah, so have
around.
I.
Yeah, so your immune system should be strong
I
too.
know, but I'm not showering at the gym though, because we're over 30. We're exposed. You know, we're one trip and you're fucking done. You're like, oh,
What do you expect to be getting at these?
All kinds of shit.
all kinds.
All right, we're gonna get into the real episode.
Yeah.
All right, so that's that on our world news.
I actually was talking to this girl, and
okay,
and no, just back to the monkeypox before we get off that.
LaShonda.
So she, I was like, hey, we should meet up, and she's like, I'm not going out till this monkeypox thing is over.
Tell her monkeypox has been around since the 1950s. And I'm not lying. You can look it up. It's been around since the 1950s. So is she not going to date for the next 70
I
years?
told her I'll see you, I guess, in another 2 years when this pandemic is over as well.
Okay, I will say this. Monkeypox does freak me out a little tiny bit. And that's because, and it's a very small tiny bit, only because you can see it. Like when people get sick with COVID, there's like some people don't have any symptoms. Monkeypox looks like monkeypox. It looked like what it sounded like. So I'm kind of scared. I did just go to the McDonald's in Hollywood that the black guy went to, and he had monkeypox. I went there. I ate the McFlurry. So
did you lick the counter or something?
Did you take a shower in the bathroom?
He said, "I'll take a number 3."
Just pour it right on the tray, please.
But I'm scared.
She did bring up that
Just throw the
that
paper away.
That's a good McDonald's. Yeah, I've been going there for 13 years.
Yo, you know what else she told me that I didn't know? Vegas was underwater. People were like tubing down the strip.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they were like flooding from monsoons. Like a lot of casinos got affected.
Vegas?
Yeah.
I want to ask Redman, but I know he don't go outside.
He probably was like, huh?
Yeah, like they were. It was going into the casinos, like like literally people were tubing down the strip. It was
saw
like
that.
that flooded.
That's amazing. There was a guy who was having a good old time. Yeah.
That's cool.
I would love to do that.
You know what I thought about though was like, you know how like Vegas has gotten mad homeless on the strip and stuff like that. I wonder what happened with all of them.
Okay, poor people.
That's tough.
That's how the government floods them out.
That's the meanest thing.
The happy way that he looked at me with
He
a smile.
smiled when he said that.
That's the way the government solves that problem.
They send them to
Wait, so
Summerlin.
how often do monsoons occur in Vegas?
Very
It's a
often.
desert. You're not supposed to get water
That's
like
what I
that.
thought. That was my thinking.
There are monsoons in the desert, but Vegas is like, it's different.
Yeah, that's funny. That's crazy.
Now it's like a big deal, like because it really affected. People couldn't go. Like casinos were getting closed down.
And this just happened?
Yeah, like recently,
I
last
did
few
see
weeks.
that.
Whoa, that's cool. I mean, that's not cool, but that's interesting.
And don't laugh at Kelby, because the government can make it rain whenever they want.
It's true. They do
shoot
it in
up little-
Saudi Arabia, don't
They
they?
shoot up little silver rockets or some shit like that.
They
and make
do it
rain.
whenever
In
they
the Middle
print
East.
money for.
Go ahead. Anyway, we had a totally different topic, but continue.
Speaking of money,
Speaking of money, all right, we're gonna get into.
We
this
found it.
conversation.
We're back.
Okay, all right, So this is a quick conversation. Okay,
I'm ready.
newly found gut man Diddy says.
Right on.
I don't know if y'all seen the video. Diddy coming out of Air Combs.
I did.
He got his DJ Khaled body on.
yo, he's feeling confident. Let's just put it that way.
He sure is.
He's
He
running
sure
around
is.
with these little young city girls,
That's
and they're
right.
making him feel like, oh man.
That's right. Okay, especially YK Osiris. I'm just saying. So R&B
This is over their heads, bro.
Oh yeah, they don't.
Yeah, I don't care about stupid shit.
It's like brown, white.
Kelby got on my case about not knowing like stupid shit. He's like, you need to know this stuff for business. I'm like, I really don't want to just lower myself to that.
Because
God.
this is so embarrassing.
Oh, God.
He like sent me something about sports.
Yeah.
And like I don't even watch sports, but I'm like connected enough to know who LeBron is.
Okay.
And
I know
he
LeBron.
sent me something.
He only
and
knows because LeBron's political.
Yeah, and he's black, and he's like a black guy most white people hate. You know, so he was like, "Who is this?" So
That's the shut up and dribble guy.
not that guy.
What is happening here?
So then he said, I was like, you should probably know a little bit about sports. It's a great way to connect with people.
Right.
You know, when you want to get into business, some of my biggest contracts I've ever gotten, it was conversations about sports where the guy is like, oh, okay, we could get along together. And he was like, I don't know anything about sports. And I kind of got on him like, yes, you do. You know the Lakers. And I was like, you know who Steph Curry is? He's like, I was like,
I know he does 3-pointers. That's all I know about.
I was like, what team is he on? He's like, I don't know. I was like, come on.
He's obviously on the San Francisco's.
Yeah. San Francisco.
That's what it's called.
Let's get to the subject
Anyway, go
at
ahead.
hand. All right.
YK
so,
Osiris.
No, we're not gonna say-
Senor
I'm so sorry, Diddy, if you hear that. I'm so sorry. Okay, I was just kidding. I'm not 50 Cent. Diddy says that R&B is dead. The music genre R&B is dead. What do you guys think about that?
Nah, there's still R&B.
But is there rip your shirt open in the rain, sing to your shawty, you know, let her know that you love her and you want her back? That's the R&B he's talking
The
about.
simping R&B? No,
artists
thank you.
like that are still doing that.
You don't know artists that are.
I mean, the content of music has changed, even for rap. Even though rap is still super popular, what they're rapping about right now is much different than what they were rapping around when we were growing up listening to rap. So I still think there's very good vocalists out there that are singing and all that kind of stuff, but they're not singing about the same type of content that Genuine was singing about when I was growing up, or Usher was singing about. You know, even Usher now, when he makes music, he's trying to be more what's hip and pop right now. So I don't know if R&B is dead. Maybe if he's feeling like what he grew up on as far as that type of music, there's not. But the music is a young person's game. So they're going to be singing about their their experiences, what's cool to them, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure, I would hope if Genuine makes a brand new song, it would be what Genuine's thinking about right now, and it'd probably be more similar to what I would like, because I grew up on Genuine. But
well, think about this: a wrench into this conversation. Do we take your clothes off and down to the floor? Ooh, I don't see it anymore, cause you don't need it no more. Isn't that kind of?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's probably the biggest R&B act.
Not named
aside
Chris Brown.
from, he's bigger than Chris Brown.
Who?
Bruno
is like still what we grew up on. Like Bruno paused himself in that area because that's what he loves and what he grew up on and what his dad listened to and stuff like that. So Bruno Mars is like the 90s,
but he's still the wave though. Because Bruno came out in 2010.
But no, what I'm saying, but his music is still very similar to that. Like he chose not to auto-tune himself. He chose not to do just the whole let's try to dance and do this, have a song with the dance and all that. All the stuff that new artists do.
But the thing is, it still works.
Yeah, because he is ridiculously talented. He is authentic, and people enjoy watching a genuine smile with a genuine talented person that isn't industry created. Right? They didn't look at Bruno as like, man, you have a really nice look that we think we could build upon. No, this dude was the total package. This dude could sing, bro.
He could sing, yes.
He could dance. He could write. He could play instruments. They didn't just look at him as like, you're pretty. Even though you can't sing. Like, he wouldn't be up on a versus sounding like what Omarion and Ray J sounded like ever. You know what I mean? Those guys got into the music industry not because they were the most talented artists. It was because the AR or whatever.
Mario.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But I'm saying, like, Bruno Mars isn't the type of artist where they were like, even if you don't have enough talent, we're going to make you a star.
So you're saying Bruno's the outlier?
Yes.
Like he's only successful because he's the only one doing it.
No. That's not the reason why he's only successful. Even if everybody was doing it, I think Bruno Mars would still be successful.
I understand, but the genre
he's
though.
Timeless, yeah.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, because it bothers me a little bit. Why doesn't Beyonce make R&B songs anymore?
Once again, she's one of the artists that can if she wanted to, but she continues to try to just move with the wave to make the most money. So dance music is where it's at.
Did you listen to it?
She made some bangers on there. It's way better than the Drake dance album. Let's just put it that way.
Drake worked on that album as well, but
that's great. He should have had Beyonce work on his too.
I haven't heard.
Maybe he should just stick to writing songs for other people.
I heard 1.5 songs.
Whatever I heard of it, I haven't heard the whole album, but everything that I did hear,
you liked it.
Yeah, I was like, this is good.
I haven't heard it.
You're into music.
I like music.
Who are some of the? There's some R&B acts out there that are still like Jameson. Jameson's out there singing his heart out.
I think
Summer Walker,
like hers R&B.
him.
Summer. Okay, so her is more on the
Her, him, them,
they.
they.
There's
I would say that.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, this whole family of them.
Yeah.
Exists.
Everybody's her.
Sir.
There is a sir.
Is there a sir?
There's a sir. Yeah. So I think that girl that you mentioned, her is closer to it more than Summer Walker. I think Summer Walker makes that like singy talky music.
Snow.
Snow is not
be
like
making stuff like
singing.
Fair.
Ariana Grande could.
Yes.
Ariana.
Yes.
For
She
sure.
could.
She
sure.
does.
She's like more pop, but
She's pop, but she be
could
having her
be
ballads.
R&B,
She
right?
could be
It's the
doing it.
ballads that do it.
Yeah.
We don't. Do we have a
She
Mariah
has the
Carey
vocals
today?
that could do it.
Is
I
she?
think she's the Mariah
She's
Carey.
probably
Okay.
With her range.
Yeah.
She's the only
Talent-wise.
one. Yeah.
But
I mean
music-wise.
vocal range.
Yeah.
But it, you know,
Because
I
you know
think-
Mariah Carey is the number one selling woman
Yeah.
like ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ariana is probably the closest today to Mariah.
That could fit that role. But it's not as prevalent as it used to be. Like I get that part where Diddy can make the statement that it's not there anymore. Is because back in the day it was like a lot, right? You not only had the male R&B singers, you had the female R&B singers, and then you had the R&B groups. There's not a jagged edge out there right now. There maybe is, but they're not as popular, right? There's not a Boys to Men out there right now.
He wouldn't know.
But there are like there's YouTube like groups that you could go to, and they're very very good, and they're not like mainstream like Boys to Men. I remember they had the record for the most remember when they had those radio and they put like ranked the songs. They were like number one for like months. And you know, Jagged Edge, 112. Remember when it was that? Blackstreet came out. Drew Hill. Like there was just group after group after group. Then there was like
It's
one
a rap
chance.
on groups, huh?
Huh?
We only got like two groups.
Like BTS and somebody else.
BTS don't count. Wait, the white boys, the girls all like them.
One Direction.
One Direction.
They're done.
They're done. They
They're
broke
done.
up.
No,
Not
the Jonas
together.
Brothers.
They're done too.
Well, no,
They
they
sing
went on
still.
tour.
They're like kind of on
They
off.
saw
Damn. Ain't no more groups.
But like R&B groups used to be a thing. That's one thing that it's like I wish that they could come together again.
Yeah, Omarion's
Remember
group.
Day 26 being you remember even Marcus Houston with Immature IMX, like there was all of them.
Damn, it's a rap.
B2K.
B2K.
After Mindless Behavior.
They don't
was
even
that.
got rap groups no more.
They got rap groups.
Even the Migos broke up.
kind of.
Ish for PR, but like
They took that
what's
back
another
enough.
rap group?
Well, now it's like stables, right? Because you could put TDE, they're kind of like a rap, even if they aren't. You know, like that whole Dream. What is it? Dream. Where
J. Cole's
J. Cole's,
Yeah.
they be doing music together. But as far as like
a group
coming out like that
with a name.
But you know what? All of that changes when there's not a AR anymore, right? Because a lot of those groups weren't coming together naturally. They were coming together because one of them got hot, and then the group came behind him, right? Nelly got hot, and then the Saint Lunatics came out behind him, right? M got hot, and then D12 came up behind him. Like the authentic.
But wasn't not the opposite for most other people? Like the group came in, then we chose the Beyonce.
You're talking about rap now. I'm talking about rap. How rap.
Oh,
groups came out,
okay,
right?
yeah, okay.
Because that before there was like the old school, like Wu-Tang was there. They all were hot, and then they got soloed out, right? Outkast came out, then they got soloed out. The Ghetto Boys came out, and then they got But like then, like when it became like when I was growing up, the group was actually not hot. It was like, so DMX got hot, then the Rough Riders got hot. You know what I mean? Like Cameron got hot, then the Diplomats came out, right? Juvenile got hot, then Hot Boys, and all of them. Master P got hot, then so it was like they had like a superstar, and then the group. All the homeboys got in.
It was a business play.
Exactly. Now that the business has changed, I think a lot of those aspects have changed too. Why would you split it now?
True.
You have to do so much work to get hot. Now, why do I need to put everybody else on like that?
They just own labels now. Like they own their own, like Rick Ross and
Right. And
Wayne and all them. They just own their own label.
You can't just coast anymore in music. Back then, like even if you could probably like, even if they weren't that, the work ethic wasn't great, like you could still be successful because
That's why 50 Cent don't like the rest of
Right.
G-Unit.
that's why all of a sudden G-Unit ain't there no more, right?
Yeah.
So like, why? Because he's like, it's so much work now. Why would I carry you? I'll just keep all the money for myself.
Except for Tony Ayo.
Yeah.
All right, so the moral of the story
But does that make
is-
sense though?
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, I just saw an interview with 50 where he said they were asking like, "How's Lloyd Banks?" He was like, "I'm tired of carrying these guys. My shoulders is tired." I was like, goodness, you didn't even wait. Like, he didn't even wait 1 second. He was like, "I'm not." So
can't
is
even-
R&B dead? I personally will say this. I think R&B has changed.
Yes.
Old school classic R&B is not all the way dead because we got like the Queen Naijas, the girl that made that song that was on TikTok 90 million times. What song was that with the couples? You're not on TikTok.
Olivia Rodrigo.
No. The one that was for couples. Money Long.
You lost me.
I'll find it. But they have those ballads
Right.
still there. The ballady singers are still there. Even Chris Brown will make a ballad here and there.
And also, if you think about it, you know, now what's the new wave is like that. Go ahead.
Hours and hours. Y'all don't remember this song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like super trending on TikTok.
But
Yeah.
also, if you think about what's hot now,
a
that's
crazy
new.
statement.
That's new, right? Is like the African stuff, African music,
Yeah.
UK, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of that, like a lot of
Thames.
yeah. But I mean, a lot of that kind of music you could say could be R&B ish.
Yeah, a lot
as
of
well.
Thames music
You know what I mean?
is R&B. I think she got some of her biggest songs. Snow, Janae Aiko. I think those are kind of more on the blend side because Janae Aiko's not singing.
Right.
She's singing, but she's not like singing. You wouldn't say like she got a
She
voice
ain't
on
Christina
her.
Aguilera.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, we're not gonna say that. She made pretty songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say it's all the way dead, but I can understand the statement.
It's not as prevalent.
popular. Yeah.
It's not as prevalent as when you could just throw a rock and hit an R&B singer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Shirt
somebody-
open.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, all white.
Exactly.
All that. So for y'all, Chris, R&B dead.
No, I think it's still good. Still here, it's just different.
Sam?
No, it's just Diddy's like the old man. Like, there's whippersnappers. Back in my day, we had.
I was real scared to ask you this question. All right, let's get to something that every race is going to know about. So the fall is just about here. The kids are going back to school and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. All right,
Starting Monday, right?
starting Monday for some school. Some kids, they already went back to school
Right.
and all that. That means the adults got time to go back outside a little tiny bit.
Or
So-
stay inside in some peace.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts. Or some of them, they decide to do the homeschool, whatever it is, right? So are y'all letting go? And for half of us, is a no. But are y'all letting go of your summer love, or you about to do the falling in love in fall type of situation? What's about to happen? It's a new season. Sam?
So should we ask the people that
Yeah,
are in
let's start with
relationships?
Sam. Let's start with Chris.
You know,
Let's start with
you
Sam
find a
first.
new
This
girlfriend.
conversation?
I think it's time for change. No, I'm just kidding. Change of the seasons. Change
It's hard for him because
You know what?
He's,
I think
he's,
we
a
can work it
he's
out,
in a
though.
hobo relationship. Yeah, he got
I
to live
think
with it.
If we try hard enough, we could still stay together. So I'm gonna keep trying into the fall.
We've
We'll
only
see.
done this 20 falls,
Yes.
so maybe this time we'll
Yeah,
figure
yeah.
it out.
We'll see.
Well, let's ask you this: is there anything when you're in a relationship? Because my relationships last one season.
Yeah.
They don't
Half a
last. They
season.
don't last a whole season. Is there anything that you feel different? Like, okay, we enter in a new season, we enter in a new phase, or is it just like,
Or is it just Tuesday?
right? Like, she cool when it's hot outside, she cool when it's cold outside.
I don't know what you mean. I don't understand the question.
Like, when the seasons hit, do you feel a different way? You know, like you about to.
First of all, we live in
yeah.
California.
It's all
Shit
one
don't really
season.
change that much, bro.
Hey, listen, no, it do. It does. Because it was 110 degrees 2 weeks ago, and now it's 96.
You can tell the season's not changing.
Okay.
Big change.
Okay, my moob sweat is
It was a little drier today.
Yeah, it's a little drier.
Less moist.
You can see Chris' heart beating right now because the whole girl is looking around the corner.
She like, answer right.
You gonna answer this or what? So what's up with Chris?
I still don't understand the question. Nothing's gonna change.
Okay, so you don't go through like, you know, feelings like, oh, it's fall, we about to go do this. Like I know with
And
me,
that's why R&B is dead.
Like
that's
activities?
why
Chris killed
I don't know. You know, I know for me, like
More
when if fall
outdoor
came around
activities.
and I was in a relationship, I'd be like, we about to go step on some brown leaves
We
together,
can step on brown
Where?
leaves.
and we gonna go travel.
I think you always want to go to a pumpkin patch. Yeah, pumpkin patch.
We
said
go
go
buy
to the-
leaves in California, bro.
Corn maze.
Griffith Park got mad leaves.
And needles.
The leaves gonna turn brown in December.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Chris doesn't like fall.
You don't
What are
like
you talking
fall?
about? I love fall.
They don't even
You know
know
what
each
I'm
other.
excited about?
So his girl says Chris don't even like fall.
Heard it here first.
I like fall.
Why do you not
like
like
fall
fall?
and
Come here, hit the
winter.
microphone
He
though.
doesn't like spooky stuff.
Oh, you don't like
Chris
fall.
don't like spooky stuff?
I don't like Halloween. None of that scary shit. There's no point. I don't see the joy in getting scared.
By myself.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, so the relationship actually takes a little bit of a you
Step
do
back.
you, I'm gonna do me in the house.
Jessica,
type
you
of
deserve
vibe.
better.
Right.
I do know that Chris does not like spooky things,
I hate-
but do you not like the season of Halloween?
See, no, that's fine. It's cool. I just don't like
Hoodie weather.
Yeah.
slasher movies, the scary mazes and the haunted whatever. Anything haunted? No, I'm not about it.
Let me ask you this. You know, because when it gets colder and it's hoodie season and the spectacle of the holidays for 3 months all comes out, that's the time when people fall like deeper into love, because like then they go and see their family and it's a whole thing, you know. And then in summertime is more like city boy time, like we about to just be out and about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So have you
Right, babe? I was out and about. City boy.
not you. I think you're a town boy.
Yeah. I'm more of a cottage boy.
But like that, have you ever experienced that where you were like, damn, these from October to December, January
Well,
maybe
I
was like
love
fire.
winter because of that. It's kind of like it's cozy, it's cool. Everybody get together. It's family time. We get
Yeah.
to meet other people's families. All that
It's
stuff.
your birthday.
It's my birthday.
This is
December
birthday,
10th.
December 10th.
10th. Got you.
So, yes, I agree with it. I like. it
Isn't
to
that
get-
winter?
Yeah, winter.
Yeah, winter. Sam, you dumping her?
No, I don't have a, I don't see seasons, you know. I'm blind to
I
it.
don't see seasons. There's another
But
Jeopardy
do,
coming
but
up.
do
that's
you
why.
feel cold, my boy? Do you feel cold outside? Wasn't
No, dude, I'm still walking the same clothes, you know.
That's true.
Actually,
He doesn't.
my
change
heater's
wardrobe.
broken in my condo, so I'm just like kind of shutting the window a bit, and
Okay.
maybe wearing an extra blanket.
There you
But,
go.
yeah,
Smart.
It's all
There you
good.
go.
So you okay? So
Stay
the
on
same
power.
question. Like you've been with old girl for
Yeah.
over a year. So you've done a
it's been a
holiday
pandemic.
season with her,
Yeah.
right? You've had a holiday season.
Wait,
Yeah.
how long has it been?
It's been a pandemic.
A full pandemic?
2
Most-
years?
Most of a pandemic.
Are we saying 2 years?
2021. Yeah, 2021 beginning.
Okay.
Okay, so a
about
year and a
and
half.
some change.
So you
Almost
have
two.
gone through one. So you don't feel like the vibes is a little different? Like, well, I just meant to meet her parents. We took pictures. We drank eggnog together. Whatever the whites do.
You tell me. No, I don't know. I've never drank eggnog, but
Man, you're a boring boyfriend. All right, the single boys.
The city boy.
At least you gave an answer.
I mean-
Chris, Sam. All right, so you
Yes, sir.
guys.
are you
Chris, I hope you have a
the
great
type
season.
of person? Are you
I'm
the
talking
type
to
of? Oh, jeez. Are you the type of person when the end of the year comes about, you're like, let me get cuffed up with just one person? You know what I mean, let me not stop wasting my time with 2, 3, 4, 5.
So there's a few different thought processes, right?
Finally, an answer.
So when you think about seasons changing,
Come on.
right? When we're talking about the seasons that we're moving into, there's a lot of relationshipy holidays,
Come on now.
right? So the commitment is a commitment. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like,
Argument
it's not-
before February 14. I
That's
know
it.
what you talking about.
That's it. So
Yes, sir.
right, you thinking you going into Thanksgiving.
Yup.
You going into
Come on.
Christmas,
Come on.
New Year's.
Come on. That's 2 back to back.
Right?
Within a week.
And then overall holiday stuff. So I think there may be a little bit of an expectation from the female persuasion of how you treat somebody during these times.
That's somebody who's thinking about this, Sam.
Right? So
Yeah, I didn't grow up with money, so I never had any of these thoughts.
Oh, stop
We
it.
didn't celebrate these.
We didn't
holidays.
have these things. I would never like.
Stop it.
I should spend money on my girlfriend for that. No, never.
It's
had
not
any of
about money though.
And time out.
You gotta think deeper.
this isn't shit that we want to do. All right? We're not talking about what we want to do. We're talking about what societal pressures
That's
this.
right.
place on
Pity,
us.
pity.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you just let these societies tell you what to do.
So what my point is, Kelby, is
Thank you.
to be a single guy dating during these seasons can be tough
That's right.
because you're dealing with a different type of emotion overall for single people in general.
Emotion?
Because now they're starting to look at it. You feel more alone during the holidays when you're single.
Speak on it.
What do they call it? Cuffing season?
That's right. You've heard of it. You've heard of
I read
it.
a book once.
So,
Steve Harvey's book.
so
yes.
what I'm saying is, I think the thoughtful person that is looking for it and trying to be physically sound, like Sam was saying,
Yes.
Go ahead.
What?
it should be the next, end of August, September, this period right here.
Mm-hmm.
You should really lock one down.
Thank you for a thoughtful answer.
That's not a thoughtful answer, though.
It is because you gave me
like-
no thought.
No, because like I gotta lock someone down because the date's changed. It's like that's so stupid.
You're not understanding seasons. Okay?
I understand.
I'm going to
seasons.
tell you something because I went to college, and Sunil is going to understand this experience.
Go ahead.
I didn't finish college yet. I'm 1 semester away, so I won't get this.
You went online school, it doesn't count.
Well, all right.
I'm just kidding.
You were in the dorms, no?
Hell yeah.
Okay, I was in the dorms. When they start going back home for Thanksgiving, you know who they see back home? The back home lover. That Thanksgiving break is a short one. It's a short one. So everything seems magical within that 5-day period. They see homeboy. They feel like, oh my gosh, like it's been such a good minute. I've been in school all year long. I haven't seen him. And then they start cuffing him up real quick. Might even smash once or twice. Boom, she comes back to school for the next month. What is she doing?
Taken.
Thinking about him.
Oh.
Thinking about him. Then she goes home for the winter. She goes home for the winter break. And it's a longer break.
It's longer.
And now, because they had a magical moment and they had time to miss each other, now they have time to really fall in love.
Trust me, Danny.
Okay? Then they go and they spend all of December, Christmas, New Year's. New Year's is a funky holiday because your mind says new year, new me, new things happening, new relationships, new this, new that. And they spend it with this one person that they think is magical and special and all this stuff. And then it all ends because they have to go back to school.
And distance is hard.
And then they think about it.
Oh.
Can this work? Distance, come on now, is hard. February 14 comes around. The championship. Homie does what they all do. He puts out an effort. He makes an effort. He buys the bear. He flies out to the school. He does whatever. He pays for the hotel. He probably works at Chick-fil-A and he can't afford it, but he does it. He figures it out.
Double shifts.
But guess what happens? After February, they all break up. Yes or no?
Yeah.
They all break up because they're like, yo, it's getting hot again. They start working out again. The boys at the school is looking all right. And she's like, do I really want to be with some dude from back home? Or that or is dangerous. That's the dangerous part. Or, and us who stayed in the dorms, that's
I was the Or. Hi, my name is Or.
He's like, hi, I'm Sunil Lore, and I'm about to be grimy. That's what happens.
My door's
Sam,
unlocked.
when people operate by seasons, when things are cold, you want to stay with one person. If you're a true city boy in city boy fashion, the summer is the best.
And look, I think females want to be coupled up during the holidays as well, because
Facts.
who do you see during the holidays?
Family.
And what's family always ask? You don't just see your
Come
family,
on.
you see your extended family,
Come
right?
on, come
and
on.
what's the best question that aunts and uncles and cousins and all that kind of stuff want to ask?
Sunil is thinking right now. Yes. They are asking like, who you seeing, who you
Yeah,
talking
are you
to,
dating anybody, all that kind of stuff.
and everybody gets embarrassed.
And what's the worst thing to say?
No, or I'm gay. Like, yeah,
This to the left turn.
It was a
We
Still
just
Five
lost-
You
podcast.
could still be dating
2022.
somebody if you're gay.
yes, yeah,
Half
but
the
like to
audience
break
is
it to,
gone.
to like break it to the family right then and there. They're like, oh my gosh, you know. But
I think just being single, because
Yes.
then it's like
Embarrassing.
Oh, you should everybody has their 2 cents about how you could find somebody, or
facts.
they're like, oh, I know somebody who's perfect for you. Let me
Yeah.
introduce you and all
Yeah.
this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it's better to just have somebody coupled up with
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff, so you could get through the holiday season not feeling lonely. You
Yep.
got somebody to cuddle with, got somebody to plan for, got somebody to buy stuff for, get stuff from, like, and the dates around holiday season are pretty fun.
they're pretty fun, but if it's consistent with one person,
right?
because not too many people are actually trying to go out in the cold to meet new people,
Right.
Like on a rotation.
And you don't want to be doing that stuff without the comfortability of being able to like
Facts.
hold hands,
Yep.
cuddle,
Yep.
little PDA. You know what I mean?
yep,
Like
yep,
if
yep.
it's still that awkward, I'm just getting to know you vibe. Like you kind of
It's weird.
Yeah.
And you know what happens too when it's cold outside? Netflix.
Go ahead.
You think I'm
Explain.
crazy? People want to stay home and cuddle up, put their sweatsuits on, and watch movies at home. You can't do that immediately with somebody you just started dating,
right.
right? You're not comfortable enough yet. We got to go on 2, 3, 4 dates.
Stranger danger.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, Sam, this is what we was trying to say.
We
When
trying
the
to help
season-
people out.
I
Start
don't get
planning.
it. I don't get it. This all sounds real sad to me, and I don't understand it at all. I've never had this problem
Well,
ever.
Oh, excuse me.
You know what? The Grinch doesn't understand it.
Not really. I just don't need to like. If my family says, "Are you dating anyone?" I'm like, none of your fucking business. Stay the fuck out of my business.
Say,
Yeah.
if I said that in my house, they'd shoot me.
Right. That's that same. That's
They're
that
not
same.
shooting me.
Johnny, Mom, I'm gonna call the what was the office? I'm gonna call the police on you.
Oh boy, yeah. I don't know, Sam.
No,
would you do
no, I would not. That's not. I'm not like 4 years old. I'm an adult man. I'm not gonna call child services on my parents.
No, that's
as
the
an
same
old
type
man.
of vibe that I just got.
that? Uh-oh.
You gotta because why?
Could get it. Stay. That's not your fucking business. I've never said that to any one of
I
my
don't
family
know. I
members.
would never call the police or child services on my parents because there's nothing else.
Sam, you're sensitive today. What's going on, bro? How you feeling? Everything good?
Sunil's just trying to start shit. No,
All right.
I never had these problems. Sorry, I
So
grew.
you
I
just
grew
got
up-
them. You got them year long, year round.
Yeah, it's kind of when you don't have to try as hard and you don't ever try to get a relationship, it's boring.
Damn. What you out here doing?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything. That's the crazy part. Chris can vouch for me on this because
He just fine as hell.
I
Sam,
started.
you just so fine, huh?
No, that's the thing. I'm not that fine. I'm like a 6.5.
Hands in the shot.
Okay, but you always had it. You always got it.
Yeah,
Like
I never had to try for it. I never had a seasonal like Christmas. Like, no, I don't like Christmas for one.
Oh, that's why.
I'm not a Christmas person. No, I'm not.
Christmas is a
I
great
don't
time.
like the holiday. I like the season because it's cold. I'm same with Chris on that. But I've never been like, I had a girl like, oh, I'm gonna get you a Christmas present. I hated doing that. I said, bye bye. See you next season when there's no presents.
So
to
you
buy.
don't get your girl a Christmas gift?
Maybe not. Depends. It's not a date thing. It's like
Normally, Christmas is on a specific day.
no. As I'm saying, like buying presents isn't a date specific for me. I'll wait till like March.
What
March
if
15th.
it was her birthday?
Yeah,
You would.
yeah. I mean, maybe.
How about our birthday?
Arbor Day, that's a good one. Flag Day.
That's April.
Flag Day. Get her a jet.
Flag Day. There you go.
All right, here's something that maybe Sam can relate more to. Okay, so
Okay.
Sam is so
shotties.
out of the game
Yeah.
that we got to talk about society changing.
Right.
All right, so here's something that I've been hearing a lot of ladies talking about, and it caught me by surprise. But what's really more surprising is the amount of times I'm hearing it, seeing it in different places. I'm hearing that manly men are back in. We're talking about no more Michael Cera's, no more Timothy Chalamet, none of these like small pinky sized men. If you're under 215 pounds, it's a wrap for you. You gotta start eating. I hear this. What I've been saying. I hear even the barber told me, it's a female barber. She was like, "Yo, listen, I'm ready to put the clippers up. If he could retire me, if I could cook all day, I'll clean the house, I'll raise the kids, I'll do everything that a woman in the 1960s would do. As long as he comes home to me, he makes the money and he helps raise the kids." I'm hearing that more and more often. Now, I want to direct this one first to you. I'm wondering if it's an age thing and not a time in the world thing. I'm 31. You're
38.
38. When you were 30 to 33, did you start hearing that?
Did I start hearing that girls were looking for providers?
Providers, and because we were in the age of like boss chicks don't need no
Right.
man, men are garbage. But now like manly men kind of sort of tell me what to do. Men looking for submissive women is back.
So I'm confused because initially you started this off with size, and then you turned it
Size?
into you were like,
You said the skinny people.
Oh, I'm talking about like small. I'm
confused because you're like
like
anybody under 215. Like,
okay. Let me restate it back for you then. I'm talking about like stereotypically
man's
a
man.
man's man, and I was using the size as an example of
Okay.
like society's desire to like emasculate men.
Got you.
But like now they're essentially
the
saying like,
femme
I want a
man
big
is
guy. I want a man who's like a man who lifts weights, who tells me what to do, who makes the money, who that like a manly man who has a beard.
You're asking, are you hearing this because you're growing older and you're dealing with maybe an older type of woman?
Correct.
Or is this
A
like,
societal change.
I think this is I think this is happening in a lot of aspects of the world.
Tell me.
So there's been this new wave of quote unquote woke that's been out here in the streets that are really have had the microphone for a long time now, and we're starting to see now some of what that path leads to. And I think women are starting to deal with men that are trying to be woke because they feel like this is what women want. And I think that women are starting to realize that, hey, it sounds great when, to have a guy that supports my career and all this kind of stuff and is willing to do, is fine with being a stay-at-home dad. And I'll be the breadwinner and all of this kind of stuff. It sounds good, and I think it sounded really good on paper. It looks good, and I think when you think of it as a thought process, you're like, that would be really awesome, and then you in it, and you got to make all the decisions because a man that's conditioned to be okay with not feeling like he's providing to that is the same type of man that will acquiesce everything to you. Because the same mentality that makes a man feel insecure with their woman paying all of the bills, that same ego is what's going to drive them to go out there and want to be a provider, want to help their woman, all that kind of stuff. So that ego, that toxic masculinity that women were trying to get rid of, when they started meeting men that didn't have that ego or what they claim toxic masculinity, they started to realize, I think they're starting to realize that, it's really hard to have this lifestyle with that. Cause there's a certain point where you just want that man to like take over and make you feel safe and do all that kind of stuff. But that's part of that toxic masculinity. So I think that you'll probably start seeing more and more people want this, just because I think there's more and more of the other out there as well now. When we were growing up, there wasn't that. You had to be like, if you were not toxic masculine, if you weren't that masculine man's man, all that kind of stuff, you got bullied and picked on. So everybody was striving to be that. Now they're making it okay to not be that way. So there's more and more options of people that are cool with their woman providing everything, are cool with not being a provider, are cool with like staying at home and doing the, the submissive things that women are usually do. So yeah, I think it's probably a change more than just you're starting to see because of your age.
Sam.
All right.
He was waiting patiently. He said, all right.
I've been waiting all day to talk to Sam about this. Give it to me.
This is my personal experience, so I won't speak on anything else. I have never had a conservative girlfriend.
Okay.
All my girlfriends have been liberal, left-leaning, kind of woke-ish.
Can I ask you one question about that?
Yeah.
When you say liberal, do you also mean the way that they act?
Generally, yeah.
Like sex positive, like doesn't like they won't like free, like you know what I mean, like kind of more like wild.
Yeah,
on the wild side.
I've never dated like a Christian conservative.
Okay.
Go to church on Sunday. I don't think so. I have to remember, but no, I remember mainly I've dated mostly those girls.
Okay.
And they disagree with me on basically everything, but all the good sides of me that they liked, the security, taking care of, money, all these things that that they liked about me, they just they put on their blinders, they ignored the red flags, and they're like, you know what, I like this, and I'm like, why don't you date a guy who fits with you, who sees eye to eye with you? Like, I say all these things, but in reality, I really want this. This is my core. I want a man to provide. I want a man to take care of me, security, make me feel safe, fuck my brains out. Like I don't want a man to respect me in the bedroom. I want him to do things. She wants a man to take control in all aspects.
Okay.
So
don't bring me on that one. This is Sam. When Sam rants,
this is all me.
It's all Sam. This is all Sam.
This is no one else.
Doing a great job. But
no one else with me.
His own experience.
I don't need that part. I don't need you
experience.
bringing me into this conversation, Kelby. I know what you tried to do. Nah. This is him. He's doing a great job. Go ahead, Sam.
You got it. I gave you a round of applause so far. You doing it.
Bring me back.
Boy, doing good out here, boy. All right, go ahead.
So the fact, like what you asked, is it back in fashion? I don't think it ever left per se, and I don't think it's a generational thing because I see girls, in my college class, and they're only going for these guys. But
What kind of guys?
more manly, not Michael Cera, whatever you're saying.
Okay.
And it also comes out of necessity. Like when you have these, movements of women like, oh, I want to be the breadwinner. I want to be the boss bitch, et cetera, et cetera. It's fucking hard work. It's hard work to be the breadwinner, especially, and when harsh times come in. What's the quote, Sunil?
Shit.
When
Hard times.
Studied for this. I read the book.
Hard times happen.
No, good times create weak men create hard times create hard men. So
say that. Hold on now.
all right.
That's a bar.
Let me say it slower. I know I got to enunciate. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. Hard times create hard men.
Go ahead, Dan.
All right.
I hear that.
So
Preach.
girls are now reverting back to like, oh, I kind of don't really want to do the man's job. I can't do it as well. Not saying that women can't do it. I'm saying if they have the option to not do it. What was that Ali Wong routine? It's like, shut the fuck up. Stop telling them the secret. I want to stay home all day. Like, there's some comedian who's like, yeah, so I actually had to take care of the kids. I did the laundry. I cooked the foods. And it's not that hard. And he's really telling, like, yeah, I had a good time. I walked around the park. And so, like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do all that stuff. I had fun doing it. And
This is a woman coming getting.
this is a man comic doing it.
Okay.
So he's taking care of the kids now, and he's having the time of his life because I don't know. We're different. Men and women are different. Sorry, internet. I know that's controversial thing to say now, but men and women are different. So if women are,
You're in a safe space, man. Say whatever you want to say.
I know
bro.
I am. But I'm just apologizing because I don't want the demonetized.
This isn't the people on the internet podcast. Get them,
They did just take Andrew Tate down.
Oh
They
no,
did.
my favorite Andrew Tate. I love that guy.
I'm a fan of Andrew Tate. as well.
He's awesome.
Okay.
But so this is a general thing. Women are better with kids, all right? And men are better at providing because we do more dangerous jobs. We do crazier shit. We make more money. We're not office managers. We're diesel techs. We're laborers. We do construction. Like, you don't see a lot of women digging ditches.
I have a question. Do you think because life has gotten harder due to COVID and all this kind of stuff that maybe women are starting to step up and be like, it would be really nice if I had somebody that could like take care of me right now?
So here, I have a theory. I'm going to say no, but I'm also going to say it's a part of it.
Okay.
So I believe that all of society lives on a pendulum. And in the past, men had the power of the world. Right? They held the power of the household, they held the power of the money, they held the power of the business, they held the power in the government, they had the power of the world. And then they abused it. They abused everything that they were given. So the hormone of society went out of whack because it went all the way to the left. Then women respond to that by saying, I don't need you. If you're going to be a negative part of my life, abusive, evil, greedy, corrupt, I don't need you. So I'm going to provide for myself. But that's not the natural like feeling on average, right? I think it was a response to the balance going out of balance. So now we have this shift where men are so either apologetic or so
demasculinized,
right? Because they think, oh, because I went all the way to the left, I need to go all the way to the right. So then now the balance is completely out of whack. So in order for us to get back to where we need to be, we would have to be back in the center, not where men have all the power and not where women don't have any power. It needs to be somewhere in the middle where we both have powers that are unique to us both.
Is that possible?
It is. And it's just that pendulum. So I think COVID, why I say it plays a part, is because I think COVID came in and made life real tough for a lot of people. Single mothers had to work from home and raise their kids all at the same time. And they were like, damn, if I could just have another person, right, who could hold this responsibility and then I hold that responsibility and then we do this together. This would be great. But COVID probably sped up the pendulum going all the way from the left to all the way to the right. You know, and then with all of the things that came about in the last 4 years with the movement and the with COVID and all the racial things and all of these culminated in the balance going like super out of whack. So now I think we're just kind of getting back to the middle slowly. It's going to take another like 10 years before we get there. But that's why I'm starting to hear it. I'm starting to hear that, like, you know, the same woman who 4 years ago said, I don't need no men are trash. You know, I got this on my own. You know, I've heard so many crazy things. There's a song where this girl was saying, I don't need no men. I wish they would all die. Like, all of that is kind of thrown away. And not only do they want somebody there, I think women are also kind of like embracing what divine femininity is. You know, I used to say all the time after I went on a date with a woman who gave me the same energy I put out, like I just went on a gay date. I just went on a date with another man. You know what I mean? Because it was like, you might as well have a beard because you're a dude.
Right.
So that actually had me saying like, oh, I kind of want like a girly girl.
Right.
Like I want a girl that likes pink. I like a girl who's like interested in being a mom one day. You know what I mean? Like it made me realize that all of this stuff is like changing. So I think it's just really just slowly going back to what it was before, where it's like, look, if y'all promise not to abuse your power, you can have some of it back.
What do you think the abuse was?
So much financial abuse, man who made the money, made all the decisions about the money, physical abuse. I mean, men are bigger, stronger. You know, nobody talks about that in the 50s and the 60s, but men were beating the women.
Right.
And they were staying. They didn't have any opportunity to go anywhere else. You know what I mean? So they had to stay. So now it's like, we have to say, yo, look, the money is not my money. It's our money.
Right.
It's not my household. It's our household. You know, and I think that's where the abuse came in, where the men was like, I work. This is mine. I'm just giving it to you. You can hold it.
Right.
You could buy things for the kid, but if I decided to, maybe not.
The partnership needs to be elevated.
Exactly. Both people have to take in control of their power.
Right. Understand it's a team. Like that's how my parents' marriage is. Because even though my mom never worked in this country, as far as like a job that brought in money, my dad looked at her as just as important to the overall success of the household, because she made his life easier, whether it be cooking, cleaning, make sure the house and all that kind of stuff's in good order, or then when me and my sister were around, taking care of us, doing all those type of things. So like he realized, or what the lifestyle that he wanted to create, that my mom's job was just as important as him, that was actually going out there and, you know, making the income. So there was no separation of whose money this is. This is just our money. I'm maybe the person that is getting the paycheck, but all of this couldn't happen unless both of us are, you know, doing what we need to do.
As team, they're co-CEOs.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what's happening. And at the same time too, I don't think most, if not at the very least, a lot of women want to be in a relationship with another woman who's like, if they're straight.
Right.
They want to be in a relationship where the man is the man. Like, act like one. You know what I mean? Like, act like you could fix my tire when it's flat. You know, get out of the car and go pump the gas for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff. Cater to your woman.
Right.
Versus, like, you know, I think about Timothy Chalamet. He probably sitting in a car too. Like, which one of us is gonna go? You know what I mean? Like, I'm believing that. I believe in, like,
yeah, that's like how I've been raised, and it's in my brain as well. It's like, you know, your job is to try to make your girl's life as easy as possible. Their job is try to make your life as easy as possible.
That's it.
We both have different ways of being able to do that, right? So to me, that's like, but you know, that's chivalry. But then, you know, there was an extreme that looked at that and be like, why do you feel like you need to take care of a woman? Why can't you know, like?
But that's because the pendulum went all the way to the other
right,
side.
or just the microphone was handed to them. You know what I mean? Like, I think that, like I said, I think those extremes are still out there. I think both sides still have a very big microphone. The toxic men, because there is toxic masculinity out there, and the toxic femininity, I guess we should say as well. They still have the microphones. I don't think the in the middle people have the microphone. They're not the ones that are getting.
They're starting to.
Well, what I think is happening, Kelby, is when people are living these lifestyles that are supposedly like the toxic masculine lifestyle, to me, isn't enjoyable.
No, it's not.
The toxic feministic lifestyle, I'm thinking women are starting to realize that that's not an enjoyable life.
It's not. It's lonely.
And so they're realizing that, okay, well, it is kind of nice to have that. And maybe all that stuff that they threw in as toxic masculinity is like, nah, some of that stuff is good. Like, I want that when I'm creating my build a man. You know, like, I want some of that in my
masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam, do you pump the gas for your girl?
Of course.
Every single time?
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Remember how you asked me the first time I said yeah? That's what that means.
I do it for any female,
feminine person.
If my friend that's a girl's driving the car, I'm pumping her gas. If my sister's driving the car, I'm pumping her gas. Like,
yeah,
it's not offensive when it's man's work.
Come on now. Sam got excited about that.
yeah. I'm opening doors. I'm like making sure the girl sits down first. You know, like all those type of things.
Now here's something I will say. Back in the day, the man came home with the check, right?
Yeah.
And paid for everything.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say I have a problem with that. I don't think I would, depending on how much money I make. But because
you're making plenty of money.
They don't know that. Don't tell people that. I'm poor. But I like ambitious women.
Yeah.
Like, it's a turn on for me. You don't have to be a boss babe or anything like that. But if you have some goals, like, yo, this is what I want to do, da 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 da. Even if it includes being a mom, but like, if there's a plan in there,
Right.
like, so I like ambitious women. And on average, a lot of men sometimes starting to feel like an ATM for the family when they come home. Mm-hmm. Maybe that has to do with the partnership being off, because he comes in with the check. Maybe she spends the whole thing and he has no say in it. But if they did it together, it would change. But do you feel like you might get that kind of feeling? And that goes for everybody. Like, I would feel a little difficult if I was coming home with the check and I just didn't feel comfortable being the only earner because I like an ambitious person.
Nah, so I don't think that you don't need to necessarily have a wife that's stay at home, right? But that's not what we're saying necessarily.
Right.
We were talking about more what type of man the woman's looking for, right?
This is the evolution of that
right. So
conversation.
as far as having women that want to still have a career, I'm cool with that as well. Mm-hmm. And as far as feeling like an ATM, you only feel like, at least for me, I only feel like an ATM when I feel like the woman isn't bringing anything to the table. Mm-hmm. So I planned this date. I drove. I'm gonna pay for everything, but you can't even carry the conversation right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, at least be an entertaining date. You know what I mean? Or like, at least like, now you're gonna bring attitude into the situation. That's when it starts like, so what are you doing? Like, what am I paying for? Like, you know what I mean? So I think that's when I've always felt like, those times when I felt like I was just an ATM was when I'm like, what am I benefiting out of this? Like, what are you bringing to the table other than, like, I think that sometimes there's a certain woman out there, not all women, I'm saying there's a certain woman out there that believes just them getting ready makes it like, well, I got ready.
My presence is here.
Yeah, you can look at me.
Sam, have you ever felt like an ATM?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, the thing you're saying about their presence, like they say, oh well, I shouldn't have to spend money because I'm spending all this money on hair and makeup and clothes. I'm like, but I never asked you to do that. Like, I think you look hot in sweatpants and a tank top and your hair in a bun. Like, that's good for me. I like that. You're spending hundreds of dollars on all this other stuff. I'd never asked you to do that. But they say, oh, it's for me. Like, well, that should have nothing to do with me then. If that's just for you, then that's for you. You do what you want to do, but don't bring that in the conversation of like, oh, what you bring to the relationship.
But then there's other women that that are just amazing people to spend time with. I'm cool with spending thousands of dollars. And because it's just so enjoyable. It's like, why mess things up with the money at this point? It's just like, if I got it, okay, cool, we'll do it. Like, I just enjoy this moment. Like, I'm having a really, really good time. Then you're not thinking about it. Then I don't feel like a ATM. But then I could spend less on a girl where I'm just like, you haven't even asked me one question about me.
Man, those be the worst.
Yeah.
Those be the worst.
Spent $50 for nothing.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's when I feel like the ATM. So to go back to your original question is like, I don't think that you would, I feel like if your partner is adding value to you in a way that you enjoy and you feel like you like value what she's bringing to it, I don't think that money will ever become an issue.
That's what's up. Hey, I wanted to say something about when you said they'd be spending money on the makeup and all that stuff. I remember one time, a long time ago,
The cough means it was last week.
I got allergies.
Seasonal change.
Y'all are assholes.
I went on a date, and
So this was last week.
no. And she gave me a kiss, right? And I remember being in the car, like scratching my face, and then I got home and I realized I took her face home with me. I looked like Michael Jackson when I looked in the mirror. My whole face was like powder white. No, like it was crazy. I never experienced nothing like that before.
Wow.
Yeah. That's when I knew she was definitely wearing like 6 layers of $100 worth of makeup. Facts. Glad I wasn't the one who had to pay for it. Never saw her again.
Or maybe at all. Who knows what she looks like?
Yeah, you might have seen her. You matched with her on Bumble. You went out the next day. You look so familiar.
You might not be able to recognize her outside of the suit anyway.
Did I take your face home?
You're married?
All right, this was a good conversation aside from the COVID stuff. Chris, you got anything you want to say?
No.
All right. Anybody else? There's so many topics I produced for this.
No, we got a list.
We have a list. Well, if anything, if you guys like the show, do us a favor. Like the video if you're watching through the video. If if you are listening to the podcast on whatever podcast site you're listening to, like it, and also leave us a review. If the review is really good, it helps more people listen to the show. It helps us give you guys a better show and all that kind of stuff. But if you're also watching the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and listen to us every single week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. All right.
Tell a friend.
Tell your friends.
Or don't. There's like 1,000 podcasts out there. Who cares? There's like 1 million podcasts on the air.
Sam's our head of marketing.
Do whatever you want, audience. Who cares? Fuck it. Nothing matters.
No, love us, follow us, subscribe.
That's Andrew
Goodbye.
Tate.
Oh, mess it up.